Welcome to the program Issues on ABS Radio and Television. I am Eze Onwuji. Today we shall look at tackling building collapse in Nigeria. Research shows that the rate at which building collapse occurs in Nigeria has skyrocketed within the year 2012 to 2017. The occurrence of building collapse from 1974 to August 2017 was estimated at 240. At this time, Nigeria should be experiencing total advancement in the modern building structures. Instead, we are still experiencing total building collapse. After all, the building technology is in place and the use of advanced equipment in building construction and planning. What are the causes of building collapse in Nigeria? Who do we hold responsible? And how can building collapse could be prevented? In the house, I have professionals in the building industry, in the engineering industry, so to say. And of course, Engineer Victor Mejun, KSJI, Chairman, Anambra State, Koren Chairman, Anambra State. Odo, welcome.
Thank you very much.
Right.
It's my pleasure.
We also have Engineer Car for CJ, member Koren, ASTC. What does ASTC mean?
Anambra State Technical Committee of Koren.
Thank you, Engineer Car for CJ. Thank you for coming to the program.
Thank you very much.
And we also have Engineer Dr. Denaka Konko, immediate past chairman of Nigerian Society of Engineers, Okan Branch. Welcome to the program.
Thank you very much.
All right. Let's look at causes of building collapse in Nigeria. Since Koren is the father of the umbrella body. Yeah. So, Koren Chairman Anambra State Engineer Victor Meju.
Well, it seems to me, from the available records so far, that Anambra has taken lead in the collapse. These are called mostly in Onitsha metropolis, Nnewi, and Yoruba. So, Christian.
We're not focusing on Anambra State.
Yes, about 3 weeks ago we had one in Kusubulu. But generally, available statistics show that over 461 buildings have collapsed so far in Nigeria from 1994 to present, and about 1,000 lives. Buildings have been lost. There are so many factors that are responsible for building collapse. I think I have to narrow them to 3 categories. First is what we call the human factor. Then we have the government factor. Then we have lastly the material factors. Sometimes the challenge is non-approval of building plans. 2 is that you have poor designs. Sometimes you have no supervision at all. Lack of adequate supervision by regulatory agencies, state government regulatory agencies. And then that has been a reason. We also have what we call low or substandard quality materials as a factor. We also have, we're going to atomize all of that. Areas, we still have in it workmanship. I will give you a detailed explanation when I finish this thing. What about workmanship of the would-be consultants or engineers in the project? We have poor erection of foundations, or we call inappropriate choice of foundations at the onset, because the choice of foundation is dependent on the type of soil. So sometimes you see the foundations that were supposed to be appropriate at that junction was not what was applicable. And then we also have what we call the client lack of financial capacity. Does it have money to do the project? Eventually begin to compromise time. We also have what we call lack of building approval of national building code, which is applicable. And in Anambra State, we have domiciled our own building regulations in 2015. It's applicable in Anambra State. Numerous of them. Numerous of them. Yeah, as we go on, I will keep listing on and I will give you detailed explanation on how it affects the building collapse.
Thank you. And of course, our whole is to blame.
Yeah.
Let me come to you, Engineer Dr. Dinako Kumpo, immediate past chairman of NSC. What are the processes buildings should go through? When they get this, when they implement, when they what are those processes?
Yes, for a building to be erected, some processes have to go to, and this involves some contributions from different professionals. First, the client will need to consult an architect. An architect is the person who gives a brief of what he wants his building to be like. Whether he wants a duplex, whether he wants 5 bedroom or 6 bedroom, whether he wants a kitchen or 2 kitchens or 2 sitting rooms or 1 sitting room and things like that. The architect conceptualizes the building and puts it on paper in form of a building. Form of a building on paper. After that, it goes to a civil structural engineer. What does the engineer do? The engineer now does the design that will enable this building to be able to stand. Like I said, each professional makes a contribution. While the architect has conceptualized the building that will meet the basic functionality which the client wants, the engineer now makes input that will enable the building to stand so that it can erect it without collapsing, because the building has to be suspended and stand and be erected. So he designs what he produces what we call the structural drawings. The electrical engineer produces what we call the electrical drawings, which will enable the wiring, the lightings, the heating, the air conditions, and the rest to work. The mechanical engineer also does his own design that can enable us to design for the lift, the plumbing services, and so on. At the end of the day, these are now packaged together. These are like the details of how this building will be able to be erected to be able to meet the basic functionality conceived by the architect. From there, we now go on to the approving agency. In this case, every state has an approving agency, the Physical Planning Board. The Physical Planning Board now also have some other professionals like the town planners, who will now look at this building and say, okay, let's see how it will be sited, because you can have a wonderful building, but you put it at a place where it will become another nuisance. He looks at the siting, he looks at the setback, is it too close to the road, is it clear, which area, which geographical area is it to be sited, is it a densely populated area, a sparsely populated area, the network of roads and things like that. If they look at that, then they make their own approval. After that, then we now go into the construction program, in which we now need a builder to come in and start erecting the building with the necessary piece of the structural engineer and architect. You know, nobody can interpret something better than the person that stipulated it. And so, because the idea is that somebody needs to build, and the building must be in agreement with the specifications of the architect, specifications of the civil structural engineer, specifications of the electrical engineer, the specifications of the mechanical engineer, for you to have a complete structure. So whenever there's a problem, you look at it in direction of who is to make the contribution that will prevent this problem. That's why most of the time when the building fails, you see everybody turning to mechanical engineer, because they know you own part of the contribution here is to make this thing work, is to make this building stand. How come it's not standing?
Thank you. Let me come to you, Engineer CJ. Remember, Anambra State Government Engineering Regulation and Monitoring. From what he has said, the processes, who do you think breaks the process? Engineer, who breaks the process from the architect to the engineer?
Okay. Breaking of the process again will come from the owner of the project, will come from different parties involved. For instance, most times owners of these projects do not want to employ professionals to do this job. Of course, in the building process, we have the pre-design stage, design stage, construction stage, and post-construction stage, which is maintenance stage. And at each of these stages, you need an engineer from the pre-design stage. When you employ a professional, he knows what to do. Of course, there is need for probably a soil test to get general soil load bearing capacity. From there, they put up a proper structural design, they level the building stand, and if all this is again to look at the nature of material, whether as the chairman said, you have quality materials, look at employing skilled workmen and some other standards as enshrined in the National Building Code. So who breaks the process could be mostly it's from the owner of the project, because they're the ones that employ the workers. An engineer who sits probably in his office can only go to a site where he's employed to work. Once one of the project developers or their representatives are ready to employ professionals, to a large extent, the issue of building collapse will be eliminated.
But the engineer always given the job has the right to ask, did you, has this plan been approved? Let me come to engineer Victor Mitchell.
Yes, that is where the problem starts. Or client's construction syndrome. The man but saying, now I know now the music can be seen because she was here to he breaks it because of it the drawing. Of that case, website, I said, no, anybody had a TV here, TV because only 400 bucks. But for what? So people he is the one who destroys the structure from the outset. Because, Gima, Joel, I wouldn't know better. He's younger. But almost earlier. Because I know the protection in the industry. Almost a lawyer gets deny a brief. Or let the lawyers all right, can even more in Australia. When I in the building industry. I don't know also who's not an engineer who can set out the building. I'm there. That is why we need to do proper supervision. Again, we need for government to come in. And that is why Korea has taken the responsibility. We want to make sure that I will take the responsibility. If you are in project, if you are building plan, a drawing, it is your agreement between Juma, knowing and law. A client must have an indemnity form duly signed and approved by Korea and the Fiscal Planning Board. And you decide to go a PDF form where you will fill the form, put your passport, your client will fill, sign and put it in your seal and stamp of Korea. So that then when eventualities will hold you responsible. Or when we see when we fly, we'll call you to order. You now have where to go and vent your anger. So that at that stage, you don't need to leave the building. But you pair up with the building, or someone else will continue. One building I have for more than 6 engineers are looking at. Only a law. So no. Here was the material. You will do for another person. So we want to take responsibility. Because that is where the chain begins to break. And when I saw, you want to say on law for law. Everyone now here where, Tiaka. Of more than 9 laws, they want to tell you that is what the talent is. That's what talent is. You know? And then, I just want to answer a grand question because that's what we want to find out. That issue, number one. Number two issue, then the engineer, your weakness, either he finds out that you are not knowledgeable in the field, he would like to cut corners in order to make more money and maximize more profit. More for himself. He goes after using substandard materials to get the job done. Because someone is not right there. And then moreover, I am a simple to buy your own regulated standard. When you come with your approval drawings, you must come what we call calculation sheet. You specify the cost of materials and the materials you want to use at the end of the drawing. So that when I say I go there 150 mm rock, when I go with the 16 mm, with the 10 mm, with the 12 mm, I'll go on there how many pushes. If you are at the drawing, all is specified. So that you won't tell him, Butagoro or Benjamin, they want to see Butagoro 150 of 16 mm, they were below. I'm on level there. In there go 150, that's for 70 Butagoro. No, they're going to heap before you won't know. And also, to go around 100. You let them if I decided they are set, very low 17 dollar. So these are areas we want to begin to cut because that is when many only here for the water capacity. You look for other means of circumventing the process. Even though we can start there, this man we can do whatever. The architect is alone. Say those are statistics. What does it? Oh yeah, now. He will check the design in the middle of construction process. And nobody will know because there's no purpose for vision. That is where the process starts. That is where the damage begins.
I come to you, Engineer Dr. Dinako Kumbo. One of you mentioned causes of building collapse, talking about faulty design and faulty construction, and of course looking at the soil, but natural occurrences like flood and all that. So how do you engage or determine whose duty is it to look at the soil?
Yes, to embark on a construction, we have what we call the technical tests carried out on the soil to determine the load bearing capacity of the soil. We want to put up a very tall building, a building that is going to carry a lot of load, or the soil nature is suspicious. We carry out what is called a geotechnical test. It involves doing some boreholes, so extract samples that are tested. You know, not soil can vary from area to area. It simply means that what soil they can carry, so you may not be able to carry. And to do that test, you now know what this soil can carry. And what the soil can carry governs or it helps you to determine the type of foundation and the specification, the details of the foundation. So it's not that during the test we now tell you that, oh, you can't do this kind of social building. No. Rather, the test will enable you to know the kind of foundation and the details of the foundation that can carry the structure. It's one of the essential aspects of the design stage. The test is done by a geotechnical engineer, is a civil engineer, is a division of civil engineering. You just at times some clients, when you mention the issue of the test, they become wary and afraid because of the cost. But most of the time, you notice that that's one of the things that gives you some level of confidence to go on into the project. And it's very important to let people know because, of course, there's a lot of misconception among our people. They believe that to hire an expert is to spend more, but that's not really the case. The truth of the matter is that the engineers you hire are designed to be able to give you stability for your
Professional advice.
Stability for your business at the least cost. A professional can design your building and be able to know that, oh, this is very cool, it needs 4 watt system, just 4 watt system. It is the first design, it puts 4 watt system there. But when you are now trying to look for your pack because you want to cut costs, you don't know that you're actually increasing the cost. Why? He looks at where he should put 4 watt system. He's not sure. He decided to put 6 or 8. What have you done? You have already indirectly increased the cost. Now, because of his naivety, because he's not trained, he gets to a place where he needs to just put maybe just 2. He thinks he's not necessary because he's not trained yet. He leaves it. So the chain is as strong as it link. I can have a chain that is very strong on diamond. You just use thread to connect one center. It means if you tie me with that chain, I can tear it apart. Why? The chain will just come at that point where you use online thread that is not strong to connect. That's the same thing in building. because he's not an expert, he just gambles, puts kind of like enforce in some places, and then make one silly mistake in that because he's not, and then the whole thing comes down. And the person begins to think that somebody's attacking from the village.
So, thank you. Engineer Okafam, I'll come to you later. Let me, Engineer Victor,
Yes,
I will comment the recent building collapse.
Yes, I will leave
it. Do you sometimes determine, is it all the buildings that collapse that is a faulty of substandard materials? What of the flood and earthquake and heavy wind and all that?
Yes, that's what I wanted to follow up. You know, when Dr. Naka was speaking as a civil engineer, trained civil engineer, it's an aberration in National Building Code that when materials are not tested, you dare not use it or go into construction. And that is why His Excellency, kudos to His Excellency, the immediate past governor of the state, gave Anambra the most sophisticated standard material lab in Anambra State. Material testing lab situated inside the Ministry of Works. To your surprise, nobody, few, if any at all, goes there to obtain a license that the materials for them to be used have been tested. You must test the soil. You must also look at what we call the Sankrit blocks. They have a standard. You don't just erect blocks on the construction wall. All materials you must use must be tested. Let me even give you one step. I called the young man who is there because we want to sanitize the industry. We began by looking at the vendors, the raw vendors. Those are all the blocks. I called the head, and he told me, okay. I described myself. I told him I want to buy it. He said, which shower do you want? Do you want the 14, or do you want the full, or do you want the steel as a raw? Can you imagine that? And then we went to discussion. He said, no, sir. Now we don't have TMT rods anymore. What we have now is Y2 constructed or done in Benin with scraps and all that. That's the nature of what we have. But if you want a full 16 mm, you order for it, we'll get it done and deliver to you at the appropriate time. People do not know. A client goes into the market and says he wants a 16 mm rod. They'll give you 14 or any other one, etc. like that. And that's the price. That is my worry. The worry is some part of it that is same price. It is sold at the same price. And the other side. That is why the National Building Code specifies that all the materials to be used for construction must be tested. And we have such lab here. The current team will be visiting the lab on Thursday to ascertain the nature and the instrument available for them, and they make a press release that all engineers going headquarters must go through the process. The collapse in Ebusigo, when we got to the site, we looked at it. We have done a preliminary report sent to current Minister Abuja. We have also sent part to His Excellency. Our recommendation is that one, looking at the site, you will see, let me not make some statement here because in the course of the investigation, we found out that the man behind the construction is a renowned civil engineer. But what we want to do it is what we don't understand. Because the materials used were poor. You can't even believe that this is done by an engineer, top of qualified, certified, correct engineer. The instrument, the standard of materials on the gate, pipes, rods, inappropriate sand. You have a specific sand for specific construction stages. So many things. The concrete mixing is poor, zero. You talk of the stones, the granite, and the chippings we saw on the grounds, we're nothing to write them about. And then to worsen it, the young man who is a site engineer in boat is an artisan. He hasn't gone to school. But because he had been carried along, one day, instead of him follow an engineer, a popular engineer, but an university, Kuzia law, it just a man and a law, they put on a law school. It didn't know who Bulapa. I don't know. General cases are 1,300,000 when I was in the ground. You know, after about 6 months, you didn't want more to mention. You don't want to see your parents. You want to know one way to see it. When I get two people into that, one we are back to the because we are also very one time and I won't find. Almost 1 to 1 year. Maybe I have to go with that. But 1 year because also the dog. That is the challenge, that is the problem we're having in the industry. You know, by the time we finish our investigation in what happened in the Kusugo, others will learn lesson because we want to end it. His Excellency must get to it because he's a part of his vision. For him to do a smart major city, he needs current engineers who certify project. He needs engineers who are ready to can do it. He don't need people who go into the field because they are both engineers.
Thank you. Thank you. Let me come to Engineer Okafor CJ, member, Engineering Regulation and Monitoring. Now that you have begun the monitoring, what are the punishments on engineer?
It's very clear in Current Act, Section 18, very clear about offences and punishments. We have the power to prosecute. There are some offences that 2 years imprisonment, some 6 months imprisonment, some 2 million naira fine, depending. For quacks who are not engineers at all, like the one we saw today. Somebody who is not who was never an engineer, assuming to be an engineer, of course. By the time they appear before our panel, there will be the provisions of the law will take its course. They will be prosecuted. Again, even registered engineers, there is also punishment for professional misconduct. Even though you are registered, but we see that your conduct are not in line with the provisions of the Act. Of course, there is one law 6 concerning the person. So there are relevant offences and punishment that are spelled out in our Act.
Thank you very much. For less than 1 minute, Victor.
1 minute. Okay, first,
before you give that advice, your relationship with the builders and other society of engineers and all of them.
Yeah.
How do you come together to bring?
That's what I'm saying. It is what is paramount is that all the building agencies must come together consecutively to achieve this. In the building industry, you have, like you said, you have the architect, you have the design, even the town planner is involved. We give you the setup. I tell you that the building can come here, whatever, give you the land, the surveyor, give you the level and the rest, and then the engineer comes in. So we need all the parties involved, we call them the building approving bodies, must come together to harmonize and then implement to the latter the National Building Code. Without it, whatever we're doing here is nothing. Secondly, it is imperative at this point that the state government must take a lead and subject to Lagos State, and borrow the new concept that Lagos State government has introduced. Now, Lagos State will have what's called the building agency, building control agency, where an engineer who should be held responsible is heading the agency. Because in all this, when there's a collapse, it is the structural engineer.
We have the physical planning board here.
Yes.
Maybe
It is no. The physical planning board has their own role as specified under the Act. The building regulation of Anambra State give them enormous power to deal with that on their own.
responsibility.
Yes, their responsibility is there, and it's very big. Now, but I'm saying that when they approve, they are the approving body. When the physical planning board approves, it almost moves and shifts to the engineer, who now does static construction. In that stage, at that stage, there must be an agency. An agency, because at every stage of construction there is a supervision. At the design stage there is a supervision, construction stage there is a supervision, and then even completion stage, and then there should be adequate monitoring. When you you pay for approval, the proprietor sit and monitors that this approval that we gave is what we are doing now. You don't compromise. Let me also bring to your notice that part of the collapse we had was the renovation done. We were told that there was an existing building there before the man decided to rent it out. You don't do that. For you to puncture any part of an existing building is even an aberration, is unprofessional. There must be resolution of comments so that the building can start.
Thank you very much. We're out of time. I want to thank you, Engineer Victor Metu, current Chairman Anambra State, and of course, Engineer Okafor CGen, member current Engineering Regulation and Monitoring, and of course, Engineer Dr. Denaka Okonkwo, immediate past Chairman of Nigeria Society of Engineers of Cameroon. Thank you, gentlemen, for coming to the program. Thanks a lot. On behalf of Dawn Onyenchi, I am Eze Awunji. I wish you well. See you again.